back, one of your fellow viewers named Andrew sent me the DJI Osmo Pocket. I have always been very impressed with this little camera. Very good picture quality, great stabilization. I use it for when I go out for runs all the time. Thank you, Andrew. And recently he sent me another email and he's telling me about this movie called Baraka, and he was like, I think you'd really like it. And I was like, oh, I've actually heard of it. I've seen the other one in the same sort of series called Koyaanisqatsi. And he was like, oh, okay, well, let me send you the other movies so that you can watch them. And exactly 1 month ago today, it was supposedly delivered at my mailbox and they just didn't know what happened to it. A month later, it has arrived and I can tell that it has been opened because the UPS label is ripped. So they must have put this in somebody else's mailbox. The person opened it without looking and discovered that this was not for them. Baraka and Samsara. Oh, hey Robbie, hope you like these. Live long and prosper. Dated 1 month ago. Thank you, Andrew. I will enjoy these thoroughly. So if you're wondering where I've been, I had family in town and then afterwards I got sick. Man, when little kids are around, they just touch everything. And I'm just looking at them and I'm like, oh man, I can feel the sickness just entering all of my pores. Subsequently, I have no idea what the state of anything in any of my personal life is. I don't know what's going on. We gotta get back on track. Here we go. I tried so hard to not just blast through the manga because the anime is really far behind and I was really enjoying watching it week to week. But a good manga, man, you cannot stop reading it and the pictures are so beautiful and the story's so good. I have half of the latest volume left, so I'm just gonna finish it right now and take this back to the library. And then wait a very long time for the manga to continue. Do you ever come across something and you're just like, what is that? Just seeing a random box in the middle of the garage is a little bit disconcerting, but my guess is that this is something my mother wants to remember. So she put it right in her parking spot so when she gets in, I'm gonna go take these books back, but also I wanna repair these other pants that I have. They are very nice. I wore the crap out of them, but they got a little hole in the butt and in the knee. And if you've been watching this vlog for a very long time, you know that a lot of the clothing I buy, like I'm trying to get like just high quality stuff and just a little bit of it. But the second half of the equation of spending a lot of money on just a single piece of clothing is the repair equation. And a great thing about getting older is that you don't need to look cool. Not that I ever did. And you don't feel like any of your clothing has to meet somebody else's approval. And all the character that repairs brings something, like if you can get into that, that's like a superpower, man. Did I show you guys this yet? The other day I talked about my friend's iPhone 4S and it had a shattered back glass. Oh-ho-ho! You can get a lovely red reflective back glass, put a new battery in there. This thing is still completely useless because it's so slow, but look how nice that looks. Not bad, man. Come on, man. So it's kind of hard to explain why Vinland Saga is so good without giving away some of the twists, but I will say that I started watching it without knowing anything about it other than having a recommendation from my friend Michio. Super enjoyed season 1, and then super enjoyed season 2 after it started airing. And then after like 10 episodes in, I realized I was like, this is very different. And where it goes from there, ooh, just succulent. So for the pants, they said you should just buy new pants. And I'm like, yeah, for the price that they'd probably charge, you're probably right. But I'm gonna repair this myself because I don't need these pants to be pretty. I just need these pants to be able to cover my body. And I have basic sewing skills. Thy will be done. It is very ugly, but I literally just want the hole closed. And this fits that definition. These are my backup pants anyway. Now I just gotta fix this. So not great, obviously, but at least it will cover my underwear when I'm going for a run. Yeah, this is solid, baby. Come on, man, that's not bad, that's not bad. Let me rephrase. This is by most definitions bad, but the most important part about this is that it gets the job done, and it's getting the job done. I know I said I'm gonna go for a run, but now what I'm actually gonna do is go for a walk. The biggest hurdle to getting better at basketball back when I played basketball was having long enough stretches where I just didn't get sick. It's like you'd make so much progress getting into shape, and then you'd get sick and you'd lose all your conditioning like in a week. Fortunately, I don't need to be in any specific conditioned shape. So we run now for the enjoyment of it. I mean, we'll try to do some light jogging if we can manage it, but if we can't, a simple walk outside with some fresh air, that's good enough, baby. This is a new saga, the Broken Fence Saga. I wonder how many weeks it will last. Wow, this is honest to goodness heat. Oh, it's been so long, it feels so good. Wow. We're fortunate for so many different reasons, and one way in which I'm extremely fortunate is that I get to write music. And not only do I get to write music, I get to write new music all the time. Can you imagine what it's like for these really big musical acts who have been playing the same music for like 50 years? Like that Fleetwood Mac song Everywhere where the guy's like drinking the juice, skateboarding to work or whatever it was. For us who just hears the song every once in a while, it's great. But for Fleetwood Mac, who's had to play it and hear it for years and years and years. So please believe me when I say that I do not take it for granted how amazing it is that I get to write new music and make new videos all the time. I don't have to live with my past successes. I can move on to the next thing and find new, interesting ideas. Of course, as I've documented extensively on this vlog, it does present the challenge of trying to come up with something new all the time, and that is difficult, but I would take that over the stagnation of having to play your same like 20 songs that you're famous for over and over and over and over again. How can you keep the excitement up for something like that? I wouldn't be able to. In fact, if any of you are wanting to be Zumba instructors for some strange reason, in my experience, the biggest hurdle was keeping things fresh to where I was always excited about it. Because if you want people to be able to enjoy exercising, you need to be 5 to 10 times more excited than they are at all times. And if you're using the same 20 songs that you've used for the last 3 years, let me tell you, your excitement will wane. Now, I can dance pretty well, but I have no training whatsoever. I did not do it when I was growing up. And there's only so much energy in the day to both teach a class and to come up with new choreographies. And also, there's not enough money in teaching Zumba classes to where you would have enough time to not work and do those things instead. Just in general, any type of like peak experience in life, those are great. I love peak experiences where you're doing something new, something exciting, but they're not sustainable. Peaks and valleys they're not sustained things, no matter what they are. You'll always kind of just float back to the middle. No matter what it is in my life, when it comes to anything that I've like tried to do, like take something like minimalism. I'm much more towards minimalism than most people, but even that, there was a time where I was really just like, man, I'm just gonna like pare everything down. And then you always kind of bounce back to the middle. You kind of bounce back to your set point of what you feel is reasonable. And I think that's why change is so difficult, is because our set points are just so strong. We just gravitate to them so hard. But I think with experience, it's you kind of learn how to move your set point for things that really matter. And you either move the set point and you really make a change or you don't. And that's human existence. So it's not that big of a deal either way. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good one. I will see you in the next one. It's not bad, man. Come on, man. Come on, son. Did I already show you that? I don't know. Let's go.